Good evening, Melrosians the world over. I'm Tom Catalini.
I'm Sam Hammer.
I'm Tom Shampoo.
And I'm Jen LeClaire.
And this is Let's Talk Melrose. Melrose, it's a show where Melrosians talk to Melrosians about Melrose. And again, it's another jam-packed week.
Yeah.
A lot's happened since we last gathered.
Yes.
Well, which gathering? This
Yeah,
official
right.
gathering?
We've had
I
several.
see you guys all the time. It was
Well,
fun to gather with you all at Rising Eagle.
Yep.
Right.
That
was
I
fun.
missed the show. I really wished I was there to see that, Tom. Sorry.
So it's even more exciting than the show is the pre-show where Julie and I were over at Cafe Nero with blank pages, panicking as a final prep for the show. But it was a lot of fun. So glad that the folks that made it. I heard there was 90 or 100 people. Full house, filled up. Everybody had a nice meal and some good drinks.
Wow.
Yeah, there I am in action.
You were.
Yep.
I had the honor of opening for Julie Nolan. I faked my way through and then got to step aside and enjoy the rest of the show. But I think it raised a lot of money. We have to get the stats from Julie. How much money was raised for
Millions.
Yes.
You did 12 minutes, I heard, Tom. 12 minutes of comedy.
It's up to 12 now? This is like a...
I thought it was 12.
9. No,
Oh, 9. Sorry. I thought I heard 12.
I mean, we laughed at him for 12 minutes.
I thought you did a great job. The Let's Talk Melrose walk-up music is a great place to start.
See, that's the key. This is home base is the show, and I think that's what the community appreciates probably more than most things is that they have their own show and with a great theme song. The gang was there. We had a lot of people going yeah at just the right moments in the song, and
so you had a good view.
Hopefully picked up some new viewers.
Yes, I was gonna say you had a good view. We were in the couch area. You had a good view of the other side, like the bigger side with the tables. When you asked how many fans are out there,
Yeah.
Was there an eruption of cheer?
How many were there?
Well, there were some fans, and there were a lot of potential fans. Like they wanted to. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I want. I'm a fan of is the Rotary table. Looked like they were having a blast.
Oh my God!
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised to hear that.
We may have to join just to have a seat at that table.
No kidding. That's a power table.
Exactly.
And
that's
fun.
a power table.
They have a good time.
Yes,
Yeah,
they do.
no kidding. All right.
Speaking of being at the right table or around the right table, has anybody seen the newspaper this week?
I thumbed through it when I was able to.
If you
now
make it
feel like I missed something. I thought I saw it, but what did I
well,
miss?
if you make it all the way to page 3.
Keep going. Look at that.
I saw that.
Oh, where's the air horn, Tom Catalina, for that? That's we need an air horn. Look at Jenny
leader.
Electric.
Look at all those people. And if you scroll the other way, there's a really tall blonde lady.
Yeah. Look at you guys. You guys are rock stars.
I was on my tippiest toes.
Rock stars, absolutely.
And then held on to Christopher Robinson.
So our friends, our new friend Tom Foth from the church, and our very dear old friends at MMTV just finished putting the video together. So if you weren't able to be there, we just posted on the Creative Alliance Facebook page the video recording of the speakers of that event, and then a link to the same questions that were part of our breakout table discussions. So there's still an opportunity to kind of be part of the conversation about the future of arts and culture in Melrose, and particularly around some ideas around a state designated arts and cultural district. So Melrose Creative Alliance on Facebook. We'll post it on our website too soon, but it is currently on Facebook. you can see the video and
Cool.
participate in the conversation.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I missed everything because I was away when that event happened. I came back and I was sick. And so I missed the comedy night. I missed everything. Jeez.
I know. It was weird that the world kept turning without you being a part of it.
It does not
make sense.
I tried to stop things from happening.
We're going to have my wife, Linda Appelon, soon, and I want to ask her how she managed to.
So all I'll say is the world kept turning, but it wasn't the same, and it was not as much fun.
True.
Look
Very
at that.
true.
All right. With that, we should move on to the news, I guess.
Yes.
All right.
Well, sadly, the world is not turning in Melrose anymore for the Video Coffee Shop. Just announced that they are closing. So I know a lot of people
They're gone.
Last
It
Wednesday.
wasn't even announced. It closed last Wednesday. Yeah. I mean, that was rapid and disappointing.
Yeah.
Sudden.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's a great business model. I know that it's certainly something that the community wanted to support. I mean, there's no lack of interest in the mission, I think, and the activity. From what I sort of observed when I have been there, and what I've heard, because it's a franchise, and so there's certain rules around like the types of furniture that you can have and the types of things that you can or can't do. I think for a franchise owner, you can sometimes your hands are tied if you know that there are certain improvements or changes that you want to make that would resonate in the community that you're serving, and you can't, like, what to do to sort of improve your business. I think they were competing with Cafe Nero, which is like really comfortable, and there's like big open tables, because the fact is that the coffee shop is the new office now.
Yeah.
So if you can't kind of spread out and work and really kind of dig in and get comfortable, I think that they were struggling against that. And the franchise rules don't allow you to kind of change some of the furniture and the tables and things like that. So that's just a small bit of my understanding of what some of the challenges were. It certainly wasn't for a lack of support for the mission.
Right.
Was this a national franchise or a regional franchise?
I believe they're national. There aren't too many, but I think
North Carolina, I think, is where it started. They might have a shop in Texas. They were in a few states.
Yeah.
They were in a few states. We were one of the, I don't know, fourth, fifth one or whatever. The thing that was surprising to me was like all of a sudden it was just gone. Like I didn't really hear that they were in trouble or hear of any outreach. I mean, there was just, photos in the paper, like everything was going on fine. I think the new police chief was down there having coffee, this, that, and the other. So I thought it was okay. I mean, we would swing by and grab a coffee probably once or twice a week. It was never sort of packed. At times it was busy though. I don't know. I feel bad because it just feels like it's gone without warning. And that's the part that's
couldn't say goodbye to people, which is too bad. If I remember correctly, Demici's did the same thing, right? Before that, they just closed one day and they were done.
They
right?
closed and like left muffins in the cases, like they were just like, shoo, gone.
Well,
yeah. Well, I'm going to miss them because they were always.
If you're going to go, you should take your muffins with you.
Well, I'm going to miss them. They were always very cheerful on the way in. I love the story about one of the gentlemen at the counter who would say, "Wow, you look so beautiful today," and I know, and I was like so taken aback and blushing, and then I would go and get my coffee and sit down, and then the next person would go up and he'd say, "Wow, you look so beautiful today." It's like, what's happening?
So,
well,
but
I never heard them say that to me, so
it works. It works.
I did. I was like.
I don't remember the gentleman's name, but I remember that he would say like, "Oh, that's a great shirt. I really like that shirt." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, great. All right." And always, as soon as you open the door, welcome to Biddy and Bose.
Yeah. So friendly.
Bounce in your step.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have to do that. We'll have to implement some of that at Nero as people walk in.
Yeah. I think we should do that here at LTMM. We should begin to spread that joy from Facebook and YouTube and Twitter.
Well, Sam and I spend so much time at Cafe Nero that we can certainly greet anybody who comes in.
Yeah. Right, true.
Norm. Also,
And what else is going on, Sam?
So we are at the point with our school committee has announced 3 superintendent finalists and the candidates. So we can put some links up to who they are. There are several ways to hear from the candidates and provide feedback. So there are community meet and greets. I'm going to pull up my calendar because one was, I believe, tonight.
Just earlier, yep.
Yep. So you could go from 5 to 6:30 tonight, a few hours ago. Tomorrow night and Thursday night. And you can ask a question. You are expected to be civil and respectful. And they were recording them. But the recordings are coming out after all the candidates have been interviewed so that they don't hear each other's questions and so on. So it's, we talk a lot about engagement and community engagement, and technology, could be the great equalizer in some ways where we're trying to engage people at home. So it's a little bit of a bummer that the time, there's never a good time, but 5 to 6:30 p.m. on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for any family with children that they have to feed a feeding age.
Everybody who's going to be interested in a superintendent search.
Right? Yeah. So
why are we not a part of the process? Why is not an appearance on LTMM by each candidate part of the process? That's your community outreach and engagement. We're on all the channels. It's recorded. You can listen to the podcast the next day.
Yep. And then the school committee gets to interview 7:30 on the same night. So tonight there was one at 7:30, and those will be televised and recorded. So there are lots of feedback and survey monkeys and so on. So it's a great way to kind of get engaged again in this process. And I think now that Tom Shampoo's emerged from from his slumber, recovery. We did break the news to him that there are three male candidates, and he was surprised by that.
I was,
yeah. And then I believe they're all white men, and she's then also surprised by that. We'll see if they identify otherwise. But we talked a little bit about the process that got us to this point. So I did attend the Racial Justice Coalition meeting last week, and it was really hard to hear folks who wished that more representation was at the committee table, at the selection committee table. So it's
particularly, you mentioned earlier, Sam, particularly the Metco director.
Right.
It's one, it's one thing to rally the community, not that that's an excuse, but the Metco director, that stood out to me as well. What?
Yeah, I think she should have a seat at the table no matter what. There was some debate about whether it was fair, if she applied or didn't apply, and I just don't think that that's of consequence. We need her more at that table than she needs us. So yeah.
So the biggest thing at consequence is who you elect to the school committee. So these seats, they're thankless jobs. They usually go unopposed in many cases. And they only have 3 jobs, and one of them is to hire the superintendent. So that's the vote that counts, and who you put in that position is not unimportant. So
right.
So who's running this year? Shampoo?
We already have things to do Tuesday nights.
We do. I'm busy. I'm tired
of.
I'm
move the show.
up.
Oh no, you just move. No, they would move the committee meeting. If one of us is elected, they just move. They would have to reschedule everything.
That's true. That's
true.
Naturally.
Naturally.
There are 3 seats up for re-election. I'm not sure who's going to be jumping back in. Ed, Margaret, and Lizbeth are up for re-election for those 3 seats. So I appreciate everyone's service, as we say every time. But I feel like this is the conversation we keep having over and over and over and over and over and over and over again in this community. So it'd be great to try to hit one out of the ballpark at some point where we have, again, people at the table who can have a different perspective from a different lens of their lives. So we'll see. There are phenomenal people on that committee. Do not get me wrong.
Yes, and also to take the time if you get to a point where people haven't applied. If that's the argument, like people haven't applied, you pause and you say, we don't have everybody. We don't have the right people at the table yet. Let's keep looking before you move forward, rather than just saying, well,
yeah. Nevertheless, we persist. So,
yes. Okay.
What else is happening around town? Yeah, speaking of super volunteers,
Right.
This Saturday, 7 p.m. is the 22nd annual Trivia Bee to support the Bridge. The Bridge, of course, is our community school volunteer program. Lisa Lewis at the helm of that, and the Trivia Bee is their biggest annual fundraiser. So I think you already have to have had a table, I think, or to register to be on a team. But I think you can go and watch. Yeah.
I think so.
Yes, you sure can. Yeah, you can spec.
Yeah. Okay. And there are raffle baskets and other ways to engage.
Right.
Yeah. So that's excuse me, that's this Saturday. There's also several local bands playing outside of Melrose, but still representing. So Mark Orelli is playing this weekend. He has a new album out. He's playing at the Crystal Ballroom in Somerville, and also our friends the Spotted Owls, if you want to drive a little further, playing up in Lowell at Mill Number 5. I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah. Sunday is the Voices Against Violence, the Maeve Community Coffee House, annual coffee house at Temple Beth Shalom. That's a really nice event, and that's organized and presented by the Melrose High School and Maeve Student Action Board. So the student representatives of Melrose Alliance Against Violence is so that's Sunday. So that's a nice event. And then save the date or mark your calendars, because coming up at the end of April is the annual Melrose Arts Festival.
Can I just say I put that in here thinking it was going to be like next weekend.
Oh, I know.
I don't know what month it is. It's not April.
I know. Save the date. I usually save the date. I usually put in like the first few things, and then say, go to the Melrose Creative Alliance website to look ahead and mark your calendar for all the other great stuff that you want to not miss, or you can subscribe so that you don't miss anything. It comes right to your email inbox. You can also donate over there, by the way, not for nothing.
Nice.
So many things going on. I'm really looking forward to the Spotted Owls show. It's going to be a trip up to Lowell, Mill Number 5. Curious to check that out. We can scout that out and see if we can maybe, if it's good as a venue, maybe mimic something like that in Melrose at some point. But it's just an awesome band. And John Cerise, our friend in the band, says there's the couple, he vouches for the other two bands. And so I think it's going to be like a great night. And Stephanie's already researching places to maybe dine and have a cocktail in Lowell before the show.
Great.
I haven't been up there in a long time, but Lowell's kind of a cool town. Like all the factories and stuff. And we used to go to the Lowell Spinners games, and it's pretty vibrant, and that shows a little bit of imagination. It was a mill town. It was, kind of a different vibe, and now it's just an awesome place to hang out. But I really haven't been for a few years, so I'm excited to go check that out.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Well, we have guests to turn to.
Yes.
So, Tomcat, I think I have music that I can play, because you don't have music, you said, right?
No, not unless you can hear. I don't know where my microphone is.
I've got music here that we can play. So, and I can't hear it.
Okay.
I'll try this one, and we'll bring our guests on.
You're hearing
walk-up music for our Melrose Human Rights.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. What is this?
Linda's
that was it.
Out jamming to
that.
Yeah.
Was not a jam.
Bad
music.
Sure what that was, Chomp.
I don't know either.
Welcome. Linda Apple and Fatma Duru from the Melrose Human Rights Commission. Thank you guys both for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah. So we were talking about events coming up, and I know that the Human Rights Commission has been working hard on a couple of really beloved upcoming events. One is something we've done before, and it's kind of come back, and one I think is new. Yeah.
Not new, but hasn't,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Iftar event that Fatma's going to talk about, it hasn't been in person since 2019.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I'll just say a few words about the international potluck, and then Fatma can talk about the Iftar event. The international welcome potluck is at Lincoln School, and it's in partnership with the Lincoln PTO. And this is a beloved event. Thank you, Sam, and your Sam over there. It's a beloved event that I don't know if has it been happening in the past few years? So this is
not through
again
COVID. Yep.
another event that's happening, coming back in person, which is exciting. And it will feature about 14 or 15 families from different cultures and backgrounds, and they will have tables set up, and they'll be talking about their country where they're from, and their community and their culture, and then there'll be food. So so we're really excited about that, and the Human Rights Commission is co-sponsoring this. We'll have some discussion and some conversations. So we really hope that the entire community. I know that a lot of the Lincoln families come, but we hope that other people in the community will come as well. Everyone is welcome. So, and that is next Friday, March 31st from 6 to 8 p.m.
Perfect. Slam dunk, Linda.
Ah, nice.
Thanks. And then Fatma, I would love for you to talk about the Iftar event.
Yes, sure. This year's Iftar event is going to be the fifth Iftar we will have, but because of the COVID, we haven't done this one for last 3 years, right?
Yeah.
So we are excited.
Can you tell us for people who might not know, what is Iftar? What is the celebration?
Yeah, let's pretend I don't know what Iftar is.
Pretend.
Really? Iftar, first I can talk about the Ramadan, This year's, for example, this year, tomorrow after sunset, Ramadan is gonna start from sunset to when April 20th, like one month. So during the Ramadan, we are fasting from sunrise to sunset. So all day, everybody says, yes, we don't drink water. We are not chewing gum, or, we don't eat anything. All the
Wait
day.
a minute, you're not even drinking water?
No.
That's crazy.
So one thing that I'm
says again.
Yeah.
Yes, but we don't.
I'm about to share a fantastic teacher's guide to Ramadan that was put together by some friends of our own. Maya Jamaluddin was involved. It's fantastic. So don't ask any questions until after you've watched this. But I even sent it. I was telling Maya, I sent it also to my colleagues who are not teachers, but I think this guide was absolutely fantastic to talk about how to observe Ramadan, how to interact with, well, in this case, it was students, but also colleagues. So it's pretty great. So please continue.
Yeah. So we will have some speakers in Iftar event. We try to connect different Muslim communities. I am from Turkey. I have some Turkish friends, and I invite them. One of them is going to be a speaker, but we have some friends from Uyghur community, Uyghur Muslims, and Afghan people, Afghan community, and this kind of different countries, how they celebrate their Iftar and their Ramadan. They are gonna talk about that. So it's we will learn their cultural celebrations, Ramadan and Iftar celebrations. So we will also have some art painting and send art for the kids. Everyone can come with their families.
And may I?
Sam and I are drinking water now because we talked about that. So help me out. If Ramadan goes on for a month and Iftar is somewhere in the middle, is there a special meaning to that date in the middle?
Well, Iftar. Yeah. Explain what Iftar is.
You can say, Linda.
I was going to say Iftar. The meaning of Iftar is it's actually the breaking of the fast. It's the meal that you have to break the fast. That's the meaning of Iftar. So every night when folks break the fast, it's an Iftar celebration basically. So we're having Iftar on one of the evenings during Ramadan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this just happens to be April 8th. It's at Memorial Hall. We are, as Fatma said, we'll have not only the celebratory meal to break the fast, but we'll also have music, live music. We'll have speakers from the different communities. We're partnering with the Malden Islamic Center and Peace Island Institute, which wonderful organization that Fatma connected us with, and folks from different cultures will talk about, how they celebrate or how they observe Ramadan in their community. So it'll be really interesting. Right. And we also have, face painting and art activities for the kids. And so I think it'll be an educational /fun /celebratory event.
So is this open to anybody in the community then to come?
Yes.
And Sam, is there any pre-reading I need to do, Sam, before I'm allowed to go into this event?
Yep.
Are you gonna mansplain some more Ramadan to me?
I am. I sent it.
Yes.
But I've been to this Human Rights Commission Iftar event a few times before.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It really is. Sure. Pretty cool. Food's fantastic. The people are fantastic. The entertainment's great. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. So,
is there any need for a comedian with a bullhorn? I know somebody.
Not at all.
I know somebody. Actually. All right.
Somebody who can
I have not yet been. I have not yet been to one of these celebrations.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
Yeah, me too. I know for sure that there's much for me to learn, and so I appreciate you sharing this with our community. And I didn't even know about Maya's guide, and so that's really, really helpful too. I think learning and understanding our neighbors in a celebratory way around art and food and music is I'm really grateful for you all putting this together. It's lovely.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Agreed. So after all of this, do you have anything on you're going to take us April and May, just going to get ready for Pride, or you have other things in between? What are you thinking?
Yeah.
We have, in May, Fatma, we have the community dance again. The community dance was last fall, but we want to get back on. We want to get on a spring cycle, so we're having the community dance again. May 20th, and then we'll have the Pride. Yeah, May 20th. Right. That's right. And then we'll have a Pride event on June 9th. So at the BBS, Friday, June 9th. So so we have a full calendar. And the other thing is, we're excited that we just launched the Human Rights Commission just launched the HRC Hub, which is our new newsletter. So thanks to fabulous chairperson Bonnie Clapp, who spearheaded the HRC Hub, you can sign up to receive it in your inbox monthly. No, I'm sorry, quarterly.
Quarterly. Yeah.
So the first issue just came out on Monday.
Yep. So, and I just put a link to that so folks can click on that and to subscribe as well, which is great.
Yeah, it's helpful when things just come right to you.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. And Sam and I might have something that we want to work with you on also.
Oh, yes.
We were talking about it this morning, Sam.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if they had any plans in late April.
Clear a little bit of time in late April, early May.
Of course, always willing to collaborate, partner. Well, thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on.
There's
Yeah,
Bonnie.
really appreciate it.
Somebody put her comment up. I don't know how to do that.
Oh, let's see here.
Our fearless leader, Bonnie.
Yeah.
There we are. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, everybody. This is
Yeah, you guys
fantastic.
there's the Human Rights Commission. You're building a pretty great team.
Yeah.
Like,
We have a lot of new members, and there's a lot of new energy and great energy around. So if we have a couple of openings. So we are recruiting new members. Anyone who wants to join, I think we have a 1 or 2 openings. And Bonnie, if you're out there, if I'm wrong, let me know. It's a great team. So.
Well, thanks
Excellent
for
choice.
doing it on behalf
Yeah.
of the rest of us. Thank you for putting all this together. It's very meaningful for the entire community. So we're very grateful.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Two
And we look forward to seeing everybody at
two
the
openings.
event.
Bonnie just said
And
two openings.
Two
So
openings.
bring a friend. Wonderful. Thank you both for being here, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on March 31st for the international dinner potluck.
Yep.
Next
And
Friday.
April 8th
Yep.
for our
April
celebration.
8th. Yes.
April 8th.
Look
Thank you
forward to
for having us.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming. Oh, wait, don't leave it. Don't leave
Don't
it.
leave. Oh, wait. We don't. She does not know.
Bobby has not done the dance off yet.
Yeah,
The dance
So-
off.
yeah. When we leave the show, we dance it off. So
You done?
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, dance.
If you
So-
need extra music, let
Ready.
us know.
right. So
So-
with that, we'll say we'll see you around town.
Oh.